What's up, guys? This your girl Coco, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Kiki with Coco. If you are new to the show, let me just tell you a little bit about it. Basically, I it is about life with the emphasis on relationships. And my friends come on the show, and we kiki about whatever the topic for the day is, and that's about it. But the main goal is to help you guys navigate the journey. No, I don't have all the answers, but just to give you a different perspective, maybe you can learn something from it. And like I said, that is the goal. Today's episode is about no finance, no love. And basically, it's a lot of women that's like, if you ain't paying all the bills or if you ain't got money, we can't be. And I know I'm not that type of person. And so today I have my homegirl, Andrea, on the show this week. She was on the episode last week. And so she get her solo episode this week, y'all. So you want to go ahead and introduce
Hey.
yourself and basically like just give them a little more about you.
Okay, well, I'm Andrea, but y'all can just call me Drea. Um, Me and still go back to freshman year of high school. And we reconnected in our adult life, which is kind of crazy. In Virginia. And it's crazy because one time I was visiting Virginia and she was visiting Virginia and we ended up on the same flight. And that was when I think I like bumped into her before. So the fact that like Virginia brought us back together is just it was meant to be.
And then I forgot all about that.
That flight, right? You
Yeah.
remember? So yeah, so that was like maybe my my freshman year of college. So that was crazy. Like it was meant to be. Virginia was for us, I guess.
Definitely. She is like, since we've reconnected, like we've definitely been the best of friends, and I could not see my life without this person. And so this week we are going to have a Kiki session. So I'm sure you guys are all aware that Meg the Stallion dropped a remix with Beyonce. So I stand. Andrea
Yes,
stands.
yes, honey. Real hot girl.
And I know I have heard some people say, oh, I'm not a fan, whatever. But I think it's a pretty good remix. I think it shows Beyonce's versatility and how she can sing, rap, do it all. And, of course, Meg the Stallion is on the rise. And I think to get the stamp of approval from Beyonce is just like, girl, you have arrived and there's nothing but great things coming for you.
Yes, like first of all, they're both from Houston. So imagine just being Megan, like growing up in Houston. She's probably been looking up to Destiny's Child, Beyonce her whole life. So it's like one of your idols is on your track. Like that's major. And I just
Exactly.
think it's important for like somebody for Beyonce to like reach back and give her that stamp of approval. Like I love it. Just love it.
Same. So another good thing that came out of their collab, because the proceeds from that single are gonna go to the COVID-19, go contributions are gonna go to that effort for the Houston town. And I think that's awesome. And the mayor is giving them their own day. But I feel like because Beyonce has done philanthropy work for Houston for so long, like you just now giving her a day.
Exactly. It takes a pandemic for her to get a day, and she's probably been giving back forever. But the Beijing seed goes out, and look, it's a lot of Beyonce haters. So at some point, you just can't keep denying her greatness. So the mayor was like, "All right, let's give her a day."
I can appreciate it. I think she deserved it. Um,
Yes.
I think she has showed time and time again that she put on for her city. And big ups to Meg for getting that stamp of approval, getting you a day. Like your hard work is definitely paying off. And I love hearing your music. Can't wait to hear some more, girl.
Wait a minute, Coco, though. Are you going to do the challenge I was trying to practice yesterday? You going to learn to dance?
Child, I did start trying to learn the dance, but some of them movements they too fast for me. It be like,
Girl, I had just learned the regular Savage challenge, but I never made
oh,
my video. And now I'm like, now that the remix out, I can't do that old one. Nobody checking for the old one no more. I gotta
oh,
do
well,
the
I had
remix.
started learning the old one. The new one look real advanced.
It
It's been
is.
a long time since I danced, like did like choreographed dancing. So the skills ain't there no more.
Girl.
I need a step by step tutorial.
And I think the girls who created it, they are giving a tutorial, but of course, everybody has to make their coins during this pandemic. So I think that they're doing a tutorial that you can like pay to learn to dance.
I don't even know if I can contribute because I might not be posting no video.
Girl, I was
And to
gonna
me, if
put
I
on
ain't
my
gonna post the video, you know.
I was gonna put on my Abbey Park, my little outfit and make a video, but it's looking real grim because I'm like, I ain't finna learn that dance.
You know, I am so disappointed that I had to sell my Ivy Park shoes because I was pressed. I had me a whole jogging fit. I had the shoes. I'm like, yes, I'm Ivy Park down. And then got them, and they was too big because,
Mm.
well, first off, they men sizes, and then I bought them in the UK, so I didn't necessarily know what size to buy, and I was just like, maybe this will work out for me, and it just wasn't the case. But so I ended up selling them. And girl, one girl had the nerve to be like, so of course I want to make my money back off the shoe. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I sold it on a site that take a percentage. So of course I had to up the price of what I originally paid for. So I think I had posted it for like maybe 208, 215, which I think was reasonable because I seen people selling them for like $240. So I'm like, 215 shouldn't be too bad. You know, at least I get my 175 that I paid.
Hmm.
This girl gonna say, because of the pandemic, my coins are really short. So I really like you to consider my offer. Well, girl, it sounds like you don't need to be buying nothing if your coins is short.
I was gonna say shoes should be the last thing on her now. And I ain't knocking nobody, but
Exactly.
baby, if you gotta negotiate for some shoes, these shoes not for you. Go put
They
that
not for
money
you,
on a
honey.
bill or some groceries.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Especially groceries.
Gooch out the way these kids eating during this pandemic.
Eating you out of house and home, huh?
I tell you, all my money is going towards groceries. I'm to the point like I need a deep freezer because I just feel like it's so much food in the house, but then it's so much. Yet I turn around the next day and it's so little because they eat everything.
Girl, at least you got a regular size freezer. In the UK, my freezer, it looked like it's a nice size, but it's literally only three drawers. And it's not like, you could just keep piling stuff in the drawer. As stuff get frozen, it ain't as movable.
Right.
So I'm literally like, okay, let me eat everything in the freezer before I go buy anything else, or I ain't gonna have room for it.
Well, at least you ain't got the share, girl, because I should be skinny as all get out the way these damn people eat. I'm telling you, I should be slim because they eat everything. They snack all day. I'm spending
Um,
hundreds, hundreds and hundreds of dollars on groceries. It's crazy.
what, every week?
No, not every week. I get anxiety when I go in the grocery store. Last week I went to the grocery store. I spent a couple $100s, but I was so stressed out because people get too close to me. I left the grocery store and went straight to the liquor store at 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm that's
Yeah,
how stressed
because
out I got. I'm like, let me go get me some Douce. I can't take it. It was just a lot.
so Stella Rosa is coming out with all these different flavors or whatever, right? So Lala done bought up all the damn Stella Rosa and they ain't restocked.
Well, at least you know where to go to have you a drink.
Girl, we drank that all up already.
Oh Lord.
So now I finished my Douce last week. From when I moved here, I had packed a gallon of Crown. So now I'm working my way through the Crown.
Oh, I'm gonna have to send you something in the mail then, girl. If y'all ain't got none.
No, we got plenty of liquor. Surprisingly, it's the wine that's all selling out. It ain't the liquor that's selling out.
Oh, then well, they ain't. Then that mean London don't have hard times like us, baby, because we going through the liquor. I've been
Child.
skipping wine. I've been coming home going to the liquor. Usually I come home for the wine. I've been coming home going for the liquor. Okay.
I know you stress child if you going for the hard liquor because you normally stand for a good glass of wine.
Yes, and I think once this is over, maybe I'll be back to my wine in a week. But I've been getting off work, like, let me grab this Douce and pour me a little bit of lemonade in here and have a drink.
I'm gonna have to give me some lemonade and try that.
It's really good with the Douce, the lemonade and the Douce. It tastes really good, especially
Mm,
if you use that Simply lemonade, some of
yeah.
them flavor kinds. Oh, it's amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try it. What's the best flavor to try with it?
That raspberry lemonade
The
on that Douce,
raspberry.
yes,
All
yes.
right, y'all heard it. Try y'all some Douce and raspberry lemonade
Or if it's a really hard day, take you some Douce and some Patron and
together.
get you. Yes, honey. You can make you some Best Life punch. You get your fruit, fruit punch of your choice. Get you like a Sprite, mix the Douce and the Patron. You're not gonna have a hangover either. But don't use that Reposado Patron. You got to use like the green bottle Patron or
The
something
silver,
better.
Patron
Yeah,
silver, or
yeah.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll be out and try it out. I'm telling you, it's gonna get real hard one day. Get that Douce Patron, mix it up, and the next morning you ain't even gonna have a hangover. You gonna wake up feeling great. Make you some of that Best Life punch. I'm telling you,
All right, I'm gonna have to try that out.
girl. I know. I'm telling you, I got 3 kids, and I work at the hospital. I'm telling you, I got the cure. Okay, I
I,
know.
she know, she know.
I be drinking.
I get all my advice. From her. Okay, so I think that is gonna wrap it up for the Kiki session, and we are gonna move it over into the hot cup of cocoa for this week. So basically, when I think about no love, no finance, I feel like there is it. Like I said in the last episode, you don't have to be rich, but the goal is definitely to be financially stable. So for me, I'm not looking for a man to buy me gifts all the time. Like now my love language is receiving gifts, but like the only time I feel like I expect a gift is Christmas and birthday. And anything outside of those, it's nice, to feel like somebody thought about me and bought me a gift. But I don't, cause I'm the same way. I will buy just because gifts.
hmm
And sometimes I feel like just because gifts don't have to be extravagant. I feel like they can be, just minor stuff. Like if like as of right now, like for the most part, all of my friends are starting up businesses or whatever. So, invest in my brand. You know, I
hmm
appreciate that. If we live in together, of course, let's make sure home is taken care of. What's your stance on gifts and taking care of home and that type of thing?
I'm definitely a take care of home person type. First, that's the most important thing. Like, at least make sure, the bills are paid, we have everything we need. And then after our needs are met, then let's dive into our wants.
Mhm.
Um, as far as gifts go, like in the beginning, I think it was like, I want something for my birthday, I want something for Christmas, I want something for Valentine's Day, I want something for Mother's Day, I want something for, every day, all the time. Gifts was just like, I mean, my love language is words of affirmation and acts of service, and sometimes acts of service include like a gift of some sort or some form of appreciation.
Mhm.
But now that I've gotten older and me and my husband have been together for so long and our finances is like a together thing. I'm not really like huge on gifts anymore because I just think like, well, we can put this money towards doing XYZ. Like we could put it towards a vacation or we could put it towards doing something in the house. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it has changed a whole lot for me. Like the type of gifts I want now, it's not like do something to the house or I want a new house. You know, like my gifts now are different, totally different
Mhm.
than they used to be.
Now, I can definitely say, like, I'm all about building experiences. So, if somebody was to surprise me for my birthday and be like, I'm taking you on vacation, okay, cool. You got to let me know in advance because, work or whatever. But, at least I know for my birthday, you took me on a trip and we had
Hmm.
an amazing experience, whatever that experience was. So I'm all about building experience over gifts because most times I'm just appreciative that you thought about me, that you cared enough about me to feel like, oh, I'm gonna make your birthday special. Or for Christmas, like, no, we're not gonna take the trip right now, but this was your Christmas gift, and then we'll use it whenever you booked everything. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, if you got it to buy me a nice gift, great. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a prereq to be like, oh, you need to buy me a Louis bag or, shoes, because in my mind, I could do that myself. And I'm all down for, doing this. Whatever I'm asking you to do for me, I'm down to do the same in return.
Hmm. Exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that comes from you being somebody who's independent. And it's so crazy that you just said something about a Louis bag. So I was having a conversation with one of my friends. I'm not gonna say she's younger than me because she's not. But we both are in different places in our lives. Like she's still dating, she don't have any kids. I have kids. Um, I do a totally different type of position than she does. And she was like, my guy always say I don't never ask for nothing. And I'm like, that's because the stuff I want, it's real expensive. I'm like, I know, right? You want them to like invest in your business. She's like, yeah. I'm like, buy you a house. She's like, yeah. I'm like, a new car. She was like, yeah. She was like, shoot, I want a Louis bag. And I was just like, oh. So I'm like, I don't want to think about no Louis bags, but like that just kind of it was like a ding 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 to me. Like sometimes, what you want, sometimes people that are around you, they not on those same things, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how they tell you like your net worth is your network.
Yeah.
So it's very important to surround yourself with like-minded people who think the same things that you think and have that mentality that'll push you. So I might be that person for her that's pushing her because I'm like, girl, honestly, it's payday. We could take the check and go buy a Louis bag. That's not the only thing that you want. Like, let's be
Yeah.
real. You want something that's gonna make you some money. So after that, you don't have to worry about being like, oh, I want a Louis bag. You got so much money, you can just get whatever Louis bag you want. Like it's high time for us to start thinking about stuff that's gonna make us money while we sleep versus getting
Mm-hmm.
something like a bag that's gonna depreciate as soon as you buy it. Like,
Mm-hmm. Cause I know somebody just told me that their son's mother buys him like $1,000 jeans, and I'm like, for
whoo,
a
child.
kid? Like, oh hell no! Like, I don't even wear $1,000 pair of jeans, so I for damn sure ain't buy no child that's gonna grow out of it. The boy
Right.
probably ain't even hit his growth spurt yet, and you talking about you buying $1,000 pair of jeans. I'm like, your priorities is in the wrong place. Like, I get it for the rich and famous or the wealthy. Like,
Mhm.
this is something that y'all do, but I think us regular folk need to take into account that our money don't run the same.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? These people are making money in they sleep. We're trying to get to that point, and it's just taking us a little bit longer because and some of those people did grind to get where they are. They wasn't born with it. But it's just like I'm not about to be, yeah, I can afford to buy Louis bags or whatever. But I just don't feel like that's where all my money needs to be going. Now, will I buy myself something nice every now and again? Yes. I'm not
Mhm.
saying here saying like I don't buy those types of things, but I feel like I put a limit on myself in how I spend my money because I know my money don't run like this, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, it's you definitely should treat yourself. Like by all means, when she said, I want a Louis bag, I'm like, that's you should have that because if you somebody and you work hard and you like nice things, yes, treat yourself to those nice things, but don't be somebody with a Louis bag and your bank account ain't the debit card in your purse ain't even worth the price of that purse.
Right.
Like don't be that person. Be somebody that's still ahead when you're doing those kind of things. So I think in dating, when you're dating someone, it's important to like watch their spending habits, watch the things that they want to spend their money on, because it is. Now I'm gonna go to social media. Now it's a lot of people out here that look like they got something and they ain't got it. Okay, it's a
Ain't
lot of
got a pot
people
to piss in.
like you have this XYZ, but you don't have like a house, like you living in your mama house or you renting an apartment instead of buying you like a condo or a townhouse or something that's gonna be yours. Like it's just a lot of people are living for images or and don't people need to just not be caught up in the images. Like you really want to be somebody that's living in your own reality, live within your means. I always say that the person standing next to you can have on $2,000 worth of clothes, shoes, whatever, and you could be standing next to them in your little $30 Fashion Nova outfit and look just as cute.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's all about you knowing yourself, being true to yourself, and it's about that confidence. Because I've seen a lot of people put some stuff together that's expensive, but they look dumb as hell. So
Mhm.
you gotta also know how to style yourself, put it together, um, and just know that you looking good. However, if you feeling fly, you fly, baby. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different.
Mhm. Facts. Yeah, I definitely try and think about, am I doing this because I really want it, or am I doing this to flex? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And for me, I know whenever I come back to the States, I would like to buy a property, buy a home. No, it won't be my forever home because wherever I go next might not be the place I stay for forever. But, I at least want to be able to, say I'm a homeowner. Like I work towards doing this for myself,
Hmm.
and so which could be the start of me being like that be end up being my first rental property, you know. So that's what I'm working towards, like really just trying to, be mindful of my spending because I know I didn't grow up in a household where um finances were a priority. It was an afterthought. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, let's get the wants and then we worry about the bills. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live my life like that. So I've always made it a point to be like, I pay my bills on time, whatever. So when I think about being in a relationship with somebody, what encompasses being financially stable is someone who knows how to manage their money, knows how to save, knows how to invest, because sometimes money just sitting in savings ain't gaining no money. Like you
Hmm.
putting this money to the side, but you could be growing that money too,
Hmm.
so I think the savings is good to like have cash readily available, but you also want to be building off the money that you got sitting. So that's what I look for because when it comes time to buy property, they look at all that money,
Hmm.
not just what's sitting in your bank account right now.
So since we're dating, so what is like in this, no matter the price, like what's the best gift a guy ever got you?
I would have to say it was when I was married. It was our first Valentine's Day together. So his thing was he didn't believe in giving gifts for Christmas, even though he was a Christian. Um, it was something about receiving gifts on Jesus's birthday that didn't sit well with him, and so, and plus, that's not what Christmas is technically about. It's not
Right.
about getting gifts. So, I understood his reasoning for being like he didn't want to give gifts, whatever. So for Valentine's Day, he like went all out. Like I, I want to say I can't remember. He might have paid. I think he paid for everything that day. And so the way we gave gifts was we would always send each other like just a list of things that we were interested in, and gave us the opportunity to still surprise each other and be like, I don't necessarily know what you picked off the list, but I know it's something that you want. And so I was sending him a list and he was like, well, you're not getting everything on this list. And I'm like, no shit. But him saying that also put it in perspective for me, because when I do give gifts, I don't really know like what's too much and what's not enough. So he had just sent me like three different watches. And so I bought him one watch. I was like, it's Valentine's Day, it ain't that serious, whatever. And so he had these dice or whatever. And basically, on the day of Valentine's Day, we rolled the dice, and then whatever number the dice hit, that was the gift that I was going to get. And I think total, I ended up getting like maybe 5 or 6 gifts that day. And I felt like shit because I only bought him that one damn watch. And so somewhere during the day, I told him like, because he wanted like, it was like a dress watch, a eye watch, and some other kind of watch. And so I got him the dress watch, and I was like, well, I know I can get the outfit real quick. So I was like, yeah, take me by Sports Authority real fast, and I ended up buying him the iWatch that day. But he had bought me like, so I like gym shoes or whatever. And so he bought me a pair of foam posits, which those are one of my favorite pair of shoes. So he bought me some foam posits. He bought me this dress from BB, like BB was in at the time. Shit, BB's still in if it's a good dress.
Girl.
He bought me this dress from BB. I had got some Gucci perfume, and then while we were at Sports Authority, they was having a sale, so I ended up getting like 3 Adidas sweatshirts. And then we had went to Victoria's Secrets, and he had bought me some stuff at Victoria's Secrets that day. And so it was just like I felt like he had really put some thought into that day. And low key, I know he know I felt a way about not getting no gift on Christmas. So
So it wasn't really the fact that he splurged all out. It was more so like the thought that he put
hmm
into getting all of the things that he know was your favorite and things like that, right?
yeah.
See, sometimes it ain't about the money. I'm gonna tell you the best gift that I ever got. So probably was like the second, third year of my marriage. When we lived in Virginia,
hmm
I would come to Chicago to visit. So me and my son, I only had one child at this time. We went home to visit the family, and he came home after us for a wedding. But me and Buddha had been gone for like 2, 3 weeks before he came home.
Yeah.
So he came back. We were in Chicago. We had a good time at the wedding that he was in, and then we came home. And when we came
Was
home,
this the wedding in St. Louis?
nuh-uh, this was a wedding that he was in Chicago.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we came back home to Virginia, and when we got home in Virginia, it's like, okay, I haven't been here for like a month. So I went upstairs to our room, and on the door it was like a little note, like I love you. And I was like, oh, I was like a little post-it note. Then I went inside the room, and it was all of these notes on the mirror, and I had another mirror on the other side. It was notes on there, just all of these different reasons like why he loved me. And I was
hmm
just like, oh girl, like when I tell you, now mind you, this gift is a free 99 gift. Okay. Y'all
Right.
listening, guys, free 99. And it to me, like, it just was everything because I'm like, he put thought in this. So he did this before he left to come to
hmm
Chicago. And so he knew when we came back together, I was going to see it. And it was like turtles, in the room, turtles for chocolate because I love turtles.
hmm
And that was just like the best gift that he ever got me. And he done got me a lot of things. Jewelry, flowers, all types of stuff, clothes, perfume, shoes, all
Yeah.
types of stuff. But that gift right there, that was like the best. I don't know, it was just like the best gift I feel like I ever got, and it didn't cost any money. But it
Yeah.
was so romantic and it was so thoughtful. So it's also like to me, like when you in love and it's so, it's
hmm
so romantic, like you don't have to have a lot of money to show somebody that you love them and that you
Yeah.
appreciate them and to shower them with love. Like
Mhm.
showering someone with love is not just with your finances. I mean, if
Exactly.
women, we love gifts. Yes, we love jewelry. Like the times that I got jewelry, I have been so happy. I love, I got all this, like, oh, I got me a new diamond necklace or something. When those things happen, of course, I'm very excited. But when
Yeah.
it's something like that, like you really thought about me,
Mhm.
and it was just so sweet. Like, and so till this day, that's like the best gift that I
Mhm.
ever got from him.
So I will say that oh, excuse me. I will say that like, so my ex-husband couldn't cook to save his life. So I would always have to keep things in the house that was easy for him to do, like, some frozen waffles, some sausage, just something. And so sometimes on the weekends, like the weekend was like my thing. I would get up every Saturday morning and try and make, some elaborate breakfast for him or whatever, because breakfast was also his favorite meal, and so it was like, I wanted to go above and beyond to, make his Saturday morning nice. And during the week, he would make me breakfast. And even though that would just consist of like two boiled eggs, two pieces of sausage, and a waffle, it was still nice that he took that burden off of me in the morning time, to make breakfast. So I appreciated I appreciated the thought behind his efforts.
Hmm.
So I think those are the moments that we need to cherish when it comes
Hmm.
to relationships and people feeling like, cuz I feel like the most important thing is you want to feel important to somebody. And it's the little things. Like when I say it's the little things that count. You know what I'm saying? Um and so I don't feel like we should put so much pressure on men to keep up with the Joneses.
Hmm. And also, I think some things that people forget, especially like women, is like men want gifts too. Men want to be
Mhm.
showered with love and affection as well. So it's like that's something that I keep in mind. So I'm always like putting thought in like something, like that I think can make him smile or something like to show him like, I appreciate you or I love you, even if it's just like a little thing. Like I just think it's important to give and do for them too. So like when our third baby is a girl, we had the two boys and we wanted a daughter. So um this just showing like how I always get him gifts. So he was working and I had bought him like, a shirt and a tie and stuff like that, just to be like, I see you doing your thing, just I'm like, me and the kids got you an appreciation gift. But really I had found out that we was having a girl. So in the bag I had clothes in there, but I also had the outfit, the little sleeper that said I love my daddy. It was a little baby girl outfit. So, he picking out the shirt, looking at the ties, and he like, oh, thank y'all, thank y'all. Then he get to the bottom and he pull out the baby outfit and he like, I love daddy. He looked at me, he like, we having a girl. And I'm like, yes. He like, it's a girl. Like, yes. It was just so exciting because he just thinking like it's just like a regular gift for him. We
Mhm.
just telling him, we proud of him and we appreciate him. So just I think men like to be shown love and affection and like to be surprised too. So, as women, we have to keep that in mind and we have to do little things for them. I know for their type of gifts, their gifts is like they coming in and you got on something sexy, and you ready
Yeah.
to get them a good night. That's something that don't even cost a lot, but just to show them like you willing to go above and beyond. So, ladies, pull out your lingerie, pull out that sexy, your wig when you transform into, whoever you may be in after hours.
It's Leonce for me
It's
too.
some slay hunt. Say okay, girl.
Leonce.
And that's it's just like so it's just little things for them as well that they like breakfast in bed. They like to be surprised with a nice watch, some nice cologne,
Mhm.
um
Cuz
but men, they like
know
jewelry too.
I know when Kobe and I were together, even though it was very brief, Kobe has been to London on numerous occasions. So for him coming out here to see me, it wasn't like we needed to do all this touristy stuff, because he's done it before. So when he came out here, I took him to my favorite hotel in London, which is Nobu Hotel. It's like a Japanese inspired hotel. So it's real swanky, just nice. It ain't cheap either, shit. But I took him to it and he was like, "Oh, this hotel really nice." He like, "Yeah, whenever you come back home, we gonna have to go to Nobu there." But Nobu is only in a certain few places. And so I looked it up because I always like to double check some shit. So I'm like, do they got a Nobu in Chicago? And actually they was actually working on like putting one in Chicago. So I'm
Oh,
like, yeah,
wow.
probably by the time I come out there, it'll be up and running. So I was like, I'm gonna be looking forward to it too. But I paid for him to, I paid for the hotel. I didn't ask him for any money. Um, we went on a one of the touristy attractions that he had done before, but we had like a champagne sip during the experience and we had a guide to like tell us about the landmarks and stuff. And he was like, "Well, I've been here before, but I never had no guide. We didn't have no champagne." So I think he liked the fact that, I thought about, making the experience special for him. And so, I do like to do things like that to make the other person feel like, they're appreciated. And so, one of the things that we did talk about while we were together was, of course, we were dating for the longevity game or whatever. And his thing was, he didn't want to, like, he made nice money, so he
Mhm.
could afford to pay all the bills. But he's just like, I just feel like if you work, because he the type of person, he don't want to be with somebody that don't have nothing for themselves either. So
Mhm.
he was just like, I want my spouse to contribute to our household. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I may pay the mortgage or whatever because I know I want to live somewhere nice. So, I don't have a problem with paying the mortgage or paying the car notes or whatever because he was into cars too. And so he was just like, I can't have all my toys and then not do nothing nice for my wife. So,
Mhm.
if you want a nice car, I get you a nice car. So he was like, "Well, what do you think about that?" I said, "Shit, them the most expensive bills. So if you want
Right.
me a mortgage and a car note, like your girl will pay some utilities,
Okay.
because I've never been in a situation where it wasn't 50-50 or I'm footing the whole bill. So it was a
Mhm.
breath of fresh air to be with somebody that was like, even though he didn't look at it as he was taking care of me, to me, you taking care of my basic necessities. So
Mhm.
shit, that's taking care of me for me.
Right. Yeah, I think that that's, to me, like, a man has to be a man.
Mhm.
Like, I can't really, like, say, because even before I got married, like, if I was talking to a guy, like, I'm definitely wasn't no gold digger. I've always worked, ever since before I was even old enough. I was babysitting kids at 12, 13 years old.
Mhm.
But as a man, like, and for me, you gonna do, like,
Yeah.
period, because I just feel like I deserve it. I always grew up with a mom and a dad. My dad was handling business, but my mom also worked and handled business too. So, um, I ain't been no gold digger, but you gonna do, a man gonna be a man, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Um, but my husband has always taken good care of me. I always paid the bills, whatever, rent, mortgage, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a working woman too. I got money too. So do I contribute? Do I pay utilities? Do I do things? Like, yes. Am I buying groceries? Yes. Um, we both buying clothes, shoes, things for the kids. Like, it's a team. Like, we just work as a team. What's mine is yours. What's yours is mine. So
Mhm.
everything is both of ours. Yeah, like, I couldn't imagine it being any other way.
Mhm.
So I do think a man should provide, but a woman should be bringing something to the table as well, because now you do see a lot of things where it's like if you going 50-50 with a man, that ain't no man, that's a roommate, which I think is true. If a man stepping to you saying 50-50, then yeah, okay, well, we gonna be roommates, but you ain't the man because you stepping to me on some 50-50 stuff. But I think you have to be somebody to have it too, because when whatever you lack, I could pick up. As you go on the journey in life, it's gonna be times where you gonna be down and they gonna be down. So you need to be there to pick that person up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember, you remember, it was a time when I was a housewife and I was just like, you remember, like the frustration, like I want a job, I'm trying to find me a job, I'm
Yeah.
just because that wasn't who I was, like I'm just being taken care of. Like I didn't like that. I didn't like feeling like I don't have my own. Like it just wasn't. That's just not who I am. I mean, it was beneficial because I was able to stay home with my son, but I'm used to having my own. And he was never like, I had to come ask him. Like it was literally no, like the money was our money when it came in, but it just still was something that didn't sit well with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think once one time when I was in Virginia, we got into like a big argument, and I wanted to leave, and I was like, "Oh, I'm leaving," and I wanted to go to a hotel, but then I was thinking like, if I go to a hotel and I use a debit card, he gonna know where I'm at. So then I was like, so I was like, dang, what I'm gonna do? So I remember calling my little sister and being like, "Girl, could you give me this hotel room?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." But then in that moment, I just felt so low. Like I just
Mm-hmm.
felt like I am never going to be in this position again where I feel like I need to go or get and do, and I got to call somebody else and ask them for some money.
Yeah.
Um, that was like a super wake up call for me, because I'm like, this it wasn't a good feeling. Like it
Yeah.
truly wasn't a good feeling to not have. And I think no matter how much a man gonna do for you as a woman, you should always have your own.
Mm-hmm.
Always be working. Like that's why I really admire, like, and people, they complain about it, but I think it's good. Like when like the basketball wives, they have like a business or something of their own, because you need something of your own. Like, and they be like, well, if she only got it because her man got millions. Well, that's good that she went and took some of his millions and got something of her own.
And made her own.
Exactly. Like I'm like, that's what any smart woman would do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can be with somebody that's balling, even if you were a man and he say you could be a housewife, but also take some money and start you a business, or start something where you can have something of your own, because you should always have your own, regardless of how good it is. I don't care if you're married to Michael Jordan, have your own.
Mm-hmm.
It's important.
I agree. So I feel like at this age, ladies, we should definitely be, of course, wanting to be with somebody that's financially stable, but not necessarily looking for somebody to finance our lives or buy us extravagant gifts. Those things are nice. If you can get a man that can do nice things for you extravagantly and he can fund your life, then so be it. But if you just dating Joe Schmo that's in the military, or the guy that's just like an accountant, wherever he an accountant at, it's just like, I'm not saying lower your expectations, but just don't anticipate a man to go bankrupt to, you know what I'm saying, buy you nice gifts like a Louis bag or a
Hmm.
Gucci something, name brand. You know what I'm saying? Because life ain't about that. At this point, I feel like in your 30s, you should be wanting to build a stable life, make memories with people. You know what I'm saying? And so, really take that into account when you're dating someone. If you know that you're a person who likes to take trips, try and be with somebody that also likes to travel. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get Joe Schmo that just want to sit in the house and chill on his time off from work, y'all ain't gonna mesh, because he gonna be looking
Hmm.
like you always want to be out in the street and going somewhere with your friends, but I'm sitting at home. Like, so take that into account also when you looking for a mate, because there are men or people in general that don't like to go nowhere. Maybe they ain't never been on a plane. Maybe they scared of flying. You don't know. But definitely want to get somebody that matches the things that you want outside of materialistic things.
Hmm.
So, you know, that is my take on no finance, no love. Andrea, any last word?
I mean, definitely if you want somebody, at your level, make sure they on your level. But yeah, definitely don't get a cookie away for free. Yeah, like don't just be asking for $40. Want more. But yeah, it's not just about the materialistic things. It's also about the thought, and those gifts mean so much more because those are the priceless gifts.
Definitely. So I think that is going to wrap it up for the hot cup of cocoa this week. But this week we got to ask Coco letter. So
Ooh,
um,
exciting.
I'm excited about this letter because I feel like Drea gives such good insight and advice that I think she could really help this person out.
Ooh.
So she says, "Hey, Coco girl, I need your help. I am in my 30s and recently divorced. My ex husband and I were together a little over 10 years, and we share a beautiful baby girl together. Now that I'm single, I find myself having major baby fever. My clock is ticking, and I really want another child. So here's the sticky part. I'm torn with the decision to go back to my ex to have a child. He stated multiple times that he wants another baby with me as well, or play the waiting game and keep my fingers crossed that I will meet a nice, wholesome man, remarry, and then have another child. My ex is obviously an ex for a reason, but in a sense, he is the safe option for me to take. Girl, help a sister out. What should I do?"
Ooh.
So, what's your thoughts, girl?
Oh, well, she kind of took. I feel like she knows. She definitely took the words out of my mouth. Like, X is an X for a reason. The one mistake I feel like a lot of people make is having a baby, thinking that a baby is going to change the situation, better the situation. They definitely don't. If anything, I feel like when you have a baby, things get a little more tense because a lot of people, you lack in sleep and things of that nature. Do not, I repeat, girl, do not go back to your husband and make another baby. Um,
She
I feel
said,
like
"Do not."
no, because if it was so serious after, like she said, after almost 10 years they got a divorce.
Hmm.
Um, if even after all that time you didn't feel like it was worth working it out, it's definitely not worth going back, making another baby with him. I think you should just, cherish the child that you share now. With that baby fever, what I do is I go babysit somebody else's kids, and after one night with that baby, that fever goes away. So she can try that. And just, yeah, maybe you'll meet another man and you'll get remarried and you can have kids with him. But if not, definitely don't go back to the husband.
So, my thoughts on having a baby with the ex-husband, I definitely say don't do it. Um, as you said, X is an X for a reason. And I feel like another child together will only complicate the situation even more. And
Mm-hmm.
speaking from a woman in my 30s who, yes, I have baby fever a lot, because you don't necessarily see yourself in your 30s single and childless. I know I did not. So it's one of those things like, I am waiting for the right situation to come about before I have kids. Like, shit, I could have been a mother 5 damn times by now. And as much as I would have enjoyed, making the baby, and possibly even being a mother, my grandma always told me, and I know you're not making this baby with this intent, but a baby don't keep no man. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's not going to make him come to any other realization that, because whatever he's done, or whatever happened in the situation, y'all are divorced for a reason. And so I would just say if y'all are parenting amicably at the moment, like just leave it at that. Don't don't complicate it anymore. And when the time comes for you to meet the man that you're meant to be with, y'all will have a baby if that's what y'all decide together. Um, I feel like it is harder to date in your 30s, but I definitely think it's possible to be in a relationship with somebody, to find a relationship that is the kind of relationship that you want. And, you know, manifest it, pray about it, manifest on it. And what B. Simone say? She the manifestation queen. Like
Mm-hmm.
how she became a millionaire, like girl, if she could become a millionaire, we can definitely manifest the things we want in our lives. So I just say pray about it, manifest it, and that baby will come with the man it's supposed to come with.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate you writing in. And of course, if you guys have any Ask Coco questions, email me at kikiandwithcocopie@gmail.com. DM me on Instagram. I will read your letter on air. And me and whoever I have a guest in that week will definitely give you some insight or advice if that's what you're looking for. And I look forward to receiving those letters. So I think that is going to wrap it up for this week's episode. As mentioned in the previous episode, Andrea is an aspiring writer, and she does have an Instagram dedicated to her writing. And I know she is working on a book right now. So I am
Yes.
super excited to read this book whenever she finishes it. She has been very, hush hush about it.
I know.
So I would definitely say follow her IG. It's at Drea's Quill. Stay tuned for what she posts on there. And of course, when her book is ready for purchase, she is going to post it on there. So go ahead and follow at Drea's Quill so that
Yes.
and her writing will definitely have you like, okay, girl, a word. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and follow Drea's Quill and Queen Drea J. You know what I'm saying? And, I appreciate y'all tuning in as always. So I'm going to go ahead and peace out. Bye.
Bye.